Today we are standing in New York University. This is 18th in the world ranking, and the topic for today is creativity and the leadership factor. You see, the students are all around. They are sitting in the sun. It's a cold outside, and various activities are going on. We start our topic that 200,000 years ago man landed on this planet, and he started his life with hunting and gathering in the forest, and subsequently there was a stage when they went for settled agriculture, and the third phase of in the human history was industrialization, which started in the late 18th century. And then towards the end of the 20th century we entered into the digital age, and now at the moment we are in the artificial intelligence age. When you look into the reasons, what was that important factor or the crucial factor which led human being to develop to this stage was the level of creativity. But the point is, from where this creativity comes, from where the innovative thinking come, and why the inventions in the 18th century and 19th century, they were the prerogative of the Europe, and subsequently in the late 20th century now onward, all kinds of inventions and discoveries are going to take place in the United States. In the words of Paul Romer, who is a Nobel laureate, and he's the man who really told to the world that if world wants to remain in a comfortable position with respect to climate change and global warming, it has to keep its temperature at 2 degrees Celsius, not more than the pre-industrial stage. That is the comfortable level, and he was awarded with the Nobel Prize on this, and that became the objective of climate agreement and climate deal in Paris recently. And he says that the reason behind the sustainable economic growth in any country is its technological advancement, and behind that technological advancement, the most instrumental factor is the creativity level of the society. And he stops the game over here, but when we go beyond that, we see that why this creative factor is there human being. You see, that basically comes from the freedom of expression, the freedom of thought. When you allow the people to speak whatever there in their mind, and you tolerate that, and you accept the variations and the different point of view and the disagreements, you create that tolerance, that basically breeds to the creative word. And the word, I mean the European word or the American word, the most differentiating or distinguishing feature of this word is that there is a freedom of thought, freedom of expression. People are free to talk. And when you listen Noam Chomsky, who is the one of the most important intellectual of this age, he's above 90, but he speaks a lot against American policies, and he's accepted, he's tolerated. Even his latest speeches are against the present government, the Republican government. But he is accepted, tolerated, and that is the thing, that is the basis. When people ask him why there is no innovation and say this creative faculties are so much dormant in the third world or the developing world, he says that the reason is the people are not that much free, and they are not allowed to speak freely against their governments in the developing world. They can't tolerate the people talking against them. but this is a common feature and phenomenon in United States, and that is the factor. Recently, a Global Innovation Index appeared. According to the Globalized Innovation Index, it has been said the most innovative country in the world are the Singapore, Switzerland, United States, Norway, and other Nordic countries. And the least innovative country in the world are, unfortunately, which are quite rich country, per capita income is quite high, at par say United States, but they are very low in innovative thinking or in creative thinking. Those are the rich Arab governments or the monarchies, and they are the Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Qatar and UAE. This is very unfortunate. The point I want to make is that why these people are so afraid of education, why these people are so afraid of creative thinking, why they don't allow, the criticism, they don't allow the people to express their mind freely. That is basically arresting the trend of creation in the world. And this is a food for thought for we people, how much importance we give to education, and why Singapore has become one of the prominent country in the world which has really touched the level of, say, Switzerland or the United States. When we look into the education system of Singapore, it speaks that they don't even award marks to the candidates, to the students in the classroom. They don't accord them different grades because they don't want students start comparing among themselves, among their peers and the colleagues, because the students who are performing low, they basically get discouraged. Their creative faculties goes into dormancy, and they don't want that. Therefore, they just evaluate and assess their performance. Individual students it's fed according to his or her the strong points or the areas in which he or she requires improvement. But on the whole, they are encouraged, and they are motivated, and they are never discouraged, and they speak about the potential which they have to emerge as a good leader or as a creative person.